Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dur A Shahwar here from School of Economics. Today we will be learning about the law of supply. Without wasting the time, let us start what is the law of supply. In our previous lecture, we were talked about the difference between the supply and stock. Basically, it is a microeconomics concept. First of all, you should clear in your mind that there is a difference between macroeconomics and with the microeconomics. So these are the concepts of microeconomics. Okay, now move towards the topic. Today our topic is law of supply. Firstly, we will learn about what is law. What is the definition of the law? Law rule, basically law rule, custom defining correct procedure or behavior in a sport. Means लॉ क्या करता है कि फॉलो करता है सर्टन प्रैक्टिस को और कस्टम्स को करेक्ट और इन ऑर्डर टू डील विद द वेरिएबल्स. इन इकोनॉमिक्स लैंग्वेज वी कैन से दैट लॉ जो है वो सर्टन पैटर्न को फॉलो करते हुए वेरिएबल्स के साथ डील करता है. विदाउट द लॉ there will be no regulatory system of continuing the variable. Now we will come to the our topic, that law of supply. First we will move towards the definition. We will read about the base of the law. I have made 3 points. जब आप इनको रीड कर लेंगे तो आपको लॉ ऑफ सप्लाई के डेफिनेशन को समझना बहुत ज़्यादा ईजी हो जाएगा. तो फर्स्ट क्या है? रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन प्राइस ऑफ अ कमोडिटी एंड द क्वांटिटी सप्लाइड. In these two lines there are two variables. The first one is price and the second one is quantity of that particular commodity. Fine. The next one is positive relationship with price. Means there is a positive relationship between these two variables, price and the quantity supplied. The third one is quantity of supply moves in a same direction as price. So if we summarize these 3 points, number 1, number 2, number 3, we can say law of supply expresses the relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity supplied. Normally, we can say that supply has a positive or direct relationship with price. Quantity supplied moved in the same direction as price. Same direction means more quantity is supplied at higher price and vice versa. Vice versa actually tells about that more quantity is supplied at higher price and the less quantity is supplied at a lower price. Understand? Now the definition of the law of supply. Other things remaining the same, quantity supplied of a good increases with rise in price and decreases with fall in price. Now very clearly, very carefully understand the steps and understand the definition of the law of supply. There are 2 parts. The first part is other things remaining the same. We known as the ceteris paribus. In economics, this is a very important factor and this is the base of the law. We know that in the demand chapter we will discuss that what is ceteris paribus importance. In very understanding and in a very easy language, we can say that without these words the law cannot be exist. Other things remaining the same means other factors remains the constant. This is the first part. The second part is quantity supplied of a good increases with rise. Means we can say quantity increases, price also increases, and in the next step rise in price and decreases with the fall in price. Means quantity decreases with the price decreases. Now we will discuss in detail the table of the law of supply. This is the price of X, this is the quantity supply, price of X per dozen, and the quantity of supply also in dozen per day. The first price is 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. You can clearly see that price is increasing. 40 to 60, there is a change in price of 20 units. 60 to 80, there is a change in price of 20 units. 80 to 100, 20 units change. 100 to 120, 20 units change. Now, see the corresponding value of the price. When price is 40, quantity supply is 400. When price increases, quantity supply also increases with the 200 units. 600 to 800 with corresponding to value of 80. 100 with the value of 1000, 1200 with the value of 120. Now you can clearly understand these two cases within a same table. अगर आप इसको इस तरह से देखें 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, then it fills the first case. अगर आप इसको इस तरह से देखें 120, 100, then price becomes low. तो ये किस केस को फिल करता है? सेकंड केस को with price. Now we will make the supply curve with the help of this table. Horizontal axis we take a value y, vertical axis we can take a value q, quantity, q denoted for quantity, p denoted for price. We have pointed out the values. Joining these points we have the supply curve. The number 1 point is A, the number 2 is B, the number 3 is C, and the number D4. By joining this A, B, C, D, we have the supply curve. Now, we will discuss that what are the picture of this supply curve. What is the result of the supply curve? The supply curve, what shows? Supply curve shows basically the upward slope. Means you can see there is an upward sloping supply curve. Right? The next point is left to right. The third point is positive relationship between price and quantity. If we summarize the relationship, then we can say that for the price and corresponding quantities, we get point B, A, B, C, D, E. By joining this point, we obtain supply curve. The supply curve is upward sloping from left to right, showing a positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. Now we will move towards the assumptions. We already know that what is assumptions. Assumption means a thing that is accepted as true without proof. Means we suppose to be something true. हमने खुद से फर्ज कर लिया कि ये चीज़ ठीक है without the proof, without the evidence. So the definition is कि हम अब ये देखेंगे कि इकोनॉमिक्स में हम assumptions क्यों लेते हैं. To make a situation easier to understand, because we know that in real world there is a very complications, there is a very difficulties, millions of activities are doing in the same time, millions of people are in a very different behaviors. So to make a situation easier, to make a result, if we take all the variables together, we cannot find that which factor is more influencing, more affecting. That if we take the price, cost of production, technology, weather conditions, political situations, natural disasters, if we take the all variables together, then we cannot be able to find the more influenced variable. When we fix the all variables and vary the one variable, then we can also easily check out the which variable what is the effect of this variable on the other dependent variable. Fine, I hope you people can understand. Now one by one we will discuss the assumptions. The first one assumption is cost of inputs. What are the inputs? You people know that price, raw material is an input. Cost of transport is also an input. Tax rate is also affect the supply, affect the producer. Wage bill relate to the labor which work to produce the product. So these four things are including in the cost of inputs. We assume here that cost of input are fixed, not to change. When cost of inputs change, then supply also change. When supply change, then law of supply doesn't work. Fine. The next one is floods, wars. When floods are coming, agriculture effect. When agriculture effect, there will be agriculture product will be more available or less available. So the supply will be also affected in a negative way or in a positive way, we can say. Number of sellers. In a free market, there is a open entry and free entry or exit. Number of sellers mean there is a more sellers in the market. They're producing more quantity. If more firms enter a market, more quantity comes for sale at existing price. Then in the result, quantity increase, price constant है, supply भी increase हो गई है. But according to our law, price increase automatically our supply increase, price decrease, our supply will be decreased. But here our our law is not effective. Now the next one is law and order situation. If law and order situation change in the country, in the state, then their supply also effective. Some goods are more available in the market, some goods less available in the market, then supply of the goods must be changed. Expectations, future price. If producers have expected thoughts that in the future there will be a increase in price, then automatically he will save the good at the current time and he will sell in the future for getting more benefit. Fine. So I hope you people can understand. Now I will discuss about the function of the supply. This is the actual picture of function of the supply. Q denoted for quantity, S for supply is equal to F for function, P for price. P increases, moves towards the quantity. Supply increases, P decreases, move towards the quantity. Supply decreases. This is the function of the supply. Discuss our next lecture, and we will discuss the topic of change in supply. Change in supply, these cases, extension, contraction, rise and fall, diagrams, and the table and determinants, supply shifters, etc. etc. So stay home, stay positive, best of luck, Allah Hafiz. Now we will move towards the exceptions of the law. In the exceptions of the law, we'll discuss some conditions in which the law doesn't exist, and these are the exceptional cases. Means extraordinary cases, we can say, for the understanding. The number one is need for cash. If producer need urgent cash in emergency situation, then he will not be careful about the price, and he will not careful about the any other factor. He will sell his product whatever the price is in the market. Fine. Migration. If the farmer or producer migrate from one place to another, then he will be not quite careful about the price changing. He will careful about the selling the product. So these are the exceptional cases of the law. नेचुरल डिज़ास्टर, अगर नेचुरल डिज़ास्टर्स आ जाते हैं, आफत आ जाती है कोई अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से, तब भी हमारी जो सप्लाई और प्राइस की सिचुएशन होती है वो बिल्कुल ऑपोजिटली काम करना शुरू कर देती है. ठीक है. दीज आर द एक्सेप्शंस ऑफ द लॉ. सो आवर टॉपिक इज क्लोज हियर. वी विल मीट अगेन with the new topic, with the change in supply, rise and fall, extension and contraction, determinants, supply shifters, and etc. etc. So stay tuned, be safe, be happy, stay home, best of luck, Allah Hafiz.